Okay, I'm recording this locally because my internet is super unstable. It goes from 800 kilobytes up to like 3 megs up. AKA you can't stream because you drop frames every 10 seconds. Even
I
though
can
in
clearly see
theory
that
it's good.
because you are moving all over the camera and your lips are out of sync for the past half hour.
Amazing. Let's put it that way. Amazing. It looks good on my end, I think. Well, yeah, because I have a local thing. So yeah, blame the fucking internet provider. They sometimes suck.
So, Xelos, are we evil or are we neutral or?
We are nothing. There's no alignment in this.
It is up
Well,
to you
I
to figure
mean,
out.
type of personality, more like alignment.
Well, I would say I am more of an evil tendency, or at least self-serving, because I'm going to be trying to screw over everyone out of their every penny by talking my way in and out of situations and disguising myself.
Like,
All right.
neutral evil?
Yeah, yeah, neutral evil.
Something like that.
Alright.
I'm also a completely fucking runaway soldier. Like, fuck the clan, fuck the war, I'm out of here, bitches. I'm gonna go play my own fucking music.
You both are Dragonborn?
Hmm?
Did you arrive in Chazal together?
Then we arrive together.
Yeah, I guess
Sure.
we did. Maybe he got banished or something. Not sure.
We'll figure details out. We just met.
Along the way, gotcha.
Yeah. We met along the way. Dragon bones together.
And where did you and where are you right now in this fine morning? It's just a few hours after sunrise and the day is nice, even though the air is getting a little chilly since it's getting late in the year. November is just about to start, and with it, snows are soon to come.
And I give absolutely no shits about that.
But the day today is rather pretty. Therefore, where do you guys spend the morning? Where are you right now? Oh, I have one more question I forgot to ask.
We'll figure it out. Let's say we rented Icon. How about we took shelter in the biggest possible inn we could have found when we have arrived. So in order to gather information the next day. So we spent the night there. So we are in
the one inn, right?
Yeah, the one inn that is the biggest. I forgot which one is that.
I mean, there's one, so that helps.
There's only one inn?
The white hair
I thought
inn.
there was two.
No, there's one in Chazal.
Well, in that we are in the one and only biggest inn.
Yes, that one. When have you arrived in town? Are you fresh arrivals, or did you have some time to look around? If so, how long?
Well, I guess we arrived maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, like
searching for work or ways to get money.
All right. Okay.
I spent a bit of time playing. Well, it didn't say I get to choose an instrument, but I assumed I'd still get to get one.
Yes, probably. It makes sense.
A bard without an instrument. That would have been amusing. I spend my time playing my harp on the day we have arrived to garner a bit of attention, and then spoke to the locals, like if there's any work around or so. After collecting their tips, of course, what I spent on the night's evening. So we can actually sleep somewhere. That's what I spent my time with, and then I headed out with Sergio the next day, if we headed out. If not, then I rinse and repeat it, stayed in tavern, played music.
Alright. Okay, so you have... Okay, this gives me some working space. Sure. And yeah, since we're on topic of Sergio, how do you pronounce your name? Let's start with that.
Sergio.
Sergio, okay. So Sergio, what do you look like? What do we see when we enter the inn and you are inside?
Basically a red dragonborn, 6'1" tall, quite buff. See the red scales, of course. See chainmail and the longsword and the shield with the flaming sword on it. Like silver gray eyes. Don't have that much detail yet, so.
All right, that's fine. And Zelos, what's your character's name and looks?
Rogar Nemons. Or at least that's what's the most draconic I can pronounce it, I assume.
I don't know. Works
Okay.
for me.
Yeah, because it said it's a hard language, so I went with the most brutal I could. So
Rogar.
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 Yeah, let's roll with that. He stands at the same height as our good old Sergio, 1.6 feet tall.
6.1.
Yeah. We actually went the same thing. Yes.
Yeah, lizards.
We're fucking siblings. He is adorned with white scales that press against his... I don't know how to put it, I guess flesh. Because he doesn't have skin under skin, so...
Mm-hmm.
His bright white scales press against his flesh. Almost like a scale mail armor. But not quite. It's kind of grayish at this color at this time because of the travels and the lack of bathing water. So he's actually kind of grayish color at the moment. He also has two horns, two short, light brown horns growing from his forehead. I mean, forehead. Like around from here. I actually can't describe it better. Top of the forehead. It's curving backwards in like a goat style. So he has two horns on the side of his head. And has deep, pitch black, deep eyes. Contrasting with his white scales quite clearly. And he has kind of a longish face.
Okay. Right.
And I completely made that up on the fly, other than the white scales.
Good making up. Quality work. Now to remember it and not screw it up the next time I ask. This change. I'm gonna be honest. I prepared the start like I planned for Mira to be here, so this is gonna be a little bit more awkward now, but we'll make do with what we've got. Alright. So yeah, yours.
Oh.
It's fine. Yours.
That's why I actually gave you options on what the fuck did I do, so... Because I already knew, like... I was looking at your face while I was describing, I was like, oh my god, please don't tell me any specifics.
No, it's fine. That's the point. Like, you show your character, like, however much depth you put into it, well, that's yours. You can put depth on any point. It's totally fine by me. Yeah, the day is the hour is young. The place is basically empty at this hour. Only the barkeep is messing about behind the counter, and other than that, you're the only two people sitting inside. The time passes quite slowly, quite merrily. When the front door opens, and inside you see a young boy, like, peek inside and look around. And I'm not sure. Has either of you been to the temple in your short time in the town?
If Sergio did not visit it yesterday, then no. As I said, I either went with him because he didn't say where did you go in the 2 days we've been here, or I stayed in the tavern asking people
It
after
depends
I
on
played them songs.
depends on the temple. But since there's basically no one inside, so
Yeah, it's a temple. It's a temple to Mitra, the goddess of both of healthy body and healthy mind, but it serves as a temple to the entire pantheon secondarily.
okay. So maybe it was there, yeah.
Okay, so you
Healthy body sounds good.
yeah, so you
Oh, yeah.
recognize that. Yeah,
Quick question: did I hear anything from the people who I talked to, like just from random chatter?
give me a perception check. Give me a conversation check. What would that be?
Persuasion, I guess. Since I was talking to them to gain information, so I guess
Give
I
me an
tried
investigation check.
Ah, for fuck's sake! You do this to me,
It seems like a good idea. Hold on.
and I fucking own it. Okay.
That's a pretty good roll, regardless of what it should be. Just let me check if investigation actually matches up.
But you could use investigation with charisma.
Oh yeah, maybe. Let me check what persuasion actually does. Yeah, let's do investigation with charisma. That's probably the best thing here. So what's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is 2.
+2?
Wait. Is this added from? I don't think it adds the dragonkin, draconian. So +3.
All right. So you have it's 22
wait.
regardless.
How does it word it? Actually, I have to look this up real quick. Your strength score increases by charisma score increased by 1. Actually, it's only 2. Okay, never mind.
Right.
Charisma modifier is only 2. It just increases the score itself.
Well, it's still a 21 result. So, what you hear is that a few days ago, a party of locally respected adventurers has set out into the forest to the north, and nobody has heard from them since. And judging by what awaits north of Chazal, they might as well be dead. In between the harsh weather the past few days, which was basically just England central because it was raining all the time, the wild monsters and the orcs and goblins just roaming the lands up north, they might as well be dead. However, the area immediately around Chazal has been rather calm, thanks to the efforts of everyone, it seems.
You fucking thanks.
The-
Our efforts are worthless.
No, the efforts are working. And what I'm saying is it's somewhat peaceful, right?
Sure, everybody
People
is
don't
dead,
get
so it's
sushi.
time. Okay.
Like, oh, everyone's dead. I don't care who did it, but it's finally peaceful.
Yeah.
You are
It's
you are
quiet
also
like a grave.
you are also told that the local priests died a matter of weeks ago in like heroically saving the town from an undead menace. Like the town was on the verge of annihilation, but thanks to their ultimate sacrifice, everyone is still here, and the memory of them is still very vibrant with the crowds.
I just totally realized something.
Yes.
I could fucking totally get my costumes to be one priest and take over the entire fucking Chazal priesthood.
Yes. In theory.
I just realized that I could totally do that.
And in the absence of any qualified priests, there was the royal paladin was passing through the area some time ago, and he had to he had to pass a verdict on a young woman who was accused of necromancy, and he didn't find any, like, he did find proof that she was a necromancer, but he reduced her punishment, which is customary punishment for raising the dead is death. but he saw good in her or something, and instead her punishment is that she is to stay in the town until the threat of the undead is lifted from the region, under threat of death. If she leaves the town, she is to be sentenced as if she was a full-blown evil necromancer. And yeah, she's not exactly popular among the masses for obvious reasons. Other than that, things are fine. The winter colds are coming to the lands, and in preparation for that, a big convoy of ores, metals, and gems, what have you, whatever is being produced up north from Chazal, which is mostly a lot of mines, but also some lumber yards which provide high, rare, or extremely good quality wood. Basically, lots of raw materials. The caravan should be reaching Chazal at any day, and it's going to be hundreds of wagons, people and goods and everything heading south for the winter. And in fact, some closer mines have already been arriving in town. For example, just yesterday, late at night, a small coal shipment has arrived, and they have already left further south. And that's basically it in terms of what you've learned. Like, if you wanted to find any job in particular, there's the notice board, and other than that, nothing is brought to the attention of the townsfolk in Chazal. Okay, so that's what you know. It boils down to previous party MIA, no priest in town, temples being taken care of by some sort of necromancer, it seems. There is supposed to be a caravan of massive proportions coming from the city any day. And as you're just sitting there mulling over the information, you see the front door of the tavern open, and you see the head of the church boy, Sergio, I guess Roger. You recognize him from the temple. He was helping the necromancer girl, woman, lady do various rituals around the temple.
Even though I've been there, I completely look dumbfounded at him as why is Sergio staring at him like you know him.
All right.
This it, boy. You searching for us, or?
Yes. Excuse me, sir, but there is a problem, and I hope you could help me with it.
I raise my
Go on.
non-existent eyebrow.
You know the miss that is doing the rituals in the temple. Her name is Laura. And he like beckons.
Fiery one.
He beckons at you to lean in.
I look around me, look at him. Okay, I lean in.
And he whispers to your ear, "I think something bad happened to her. Can you help me find her?"
I look at Droga and bellow to him. Think she might be in trouble. Let's help the boy. It's boring anyway.
Does it offer much?
Think he's not offering anything.
Yeah, he stands there and looks around sheepishly.
It is better than spending all our gold by sitting here. Caravan's not offering work. Boys offering something. Worst case, we find body. We loot body. I reach down
Yes.
and pat my
Best case.
backpack my side.
Best case, we have an ally, necromancer.
She's not a necromancer. He raises his voice.
I
Looks around
just
it. No.
laugh.
She's not.
I gently swat Sergio's shoulder. Do not laugh at the boy. Yet. If he's proven fool, then you can laugh at him. Not until then. Don't be respect.
Alright.
What's the word? I forgot. Unrespectful? Disrespectful.
Disrespectful, yeah.
Alright, let's get her corpse and get out of here.
I don't know where she... Can you... Follow me. Let's go somewhere else. And he starts walking towards the front door.
Put on my backpack and take my harp into my hand. Because by the way, it's one of those small harps.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just carry it with me. Take my harp in my hand and begin unstringing it as I'm following him.
Okay.
More precisely, unstring it halfway, so just remove the top so it doesn't snap from being just standing there.
Okay, so he leads you towards the temple. You enter the temple from the front and then head towards the vestry building. And you enter a sleeping quarter of sorts. There's a few beds and none of them occupied. 3 of them are neatly made, all good. And then the last one is in a mess. The blanket is all ruffled. The pillow is off to the side. And the boy turns towards you and says, she was sleeping here and she's gone. She's not here and I don't know where she went and I didn't see her today. And it's not like her. She already missed the morning rituals and people are getting upset.
Do you know anything, boy?
No. She's not here. I know that.
Sarcastic bastard.
I would like to make an investigation check to see if he's lying.
Insight. That's insight. But yes,
I mean, inside.
to give me the roll. You are unable to determine that. You're not entirely sure.
So he's not lying. I think.
Okay.
I stare at the beds and recognize they're in a mess.
Yes, it's bets.
So he says, "Can you find her? I don't know where she went, and it's really strange that she's nowhere to be found. She also takes care of the orphans in the orphanage, but she didn't come there either. Not today. We had to take care of of breakfast ourselves."
That is strange. People like her don't just disappear.
Don't you have a search party for something like that?
There's Sirius, but he's gone. He went north and hasn't returned yet.
One of the adventurers I heard about yesterday. They've been gone for a while now.
Yes.
Or even perhaps dead.
Maybe. The north is scary.
Personally, see nothing here that could lead us anywhere.
Scary, yeah.
Sergio, do you see anything? Because I don't.
Sure.
You can.
As I point at the bed while explaining this, that I'm completely miserable at
Oh
it.
shit.
Yeah, you can look around.
And
What's
you're
your
completely miserable at it too.
What's your intelligence modifier?
0.
Okay, yeah. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Looks like a bed.
It looks like a bit. Is there a drawer next to it, by the way? Or anything? Footlocker?
Yes, there is. There's a small bedside table. There's a book on it and a almost burnt down candle in a pool of
What's
wax.
the book called? Or is there no title?
The book's title is faded, but it boils down to let's see what she has there. Yeah, that's a painfully average roll. So it's the book is titled Brief History of Chazal. Period. Yeah, Brief History of Chazal.
I open the drawer, looking for anything that's inside.
There is a hairbrush and a small mirror
Nothing else.
and nothing else.
No.
Look under the bed.
This is not helpful.
You look
All
under
is
the
in
bed.
here.
Yes.
You don't see anything. Well, you're checking the bed. Give me a investigation check again. See if you find anything small, big. No.
I see a pillow.
There's another pillow under the bed. Yep. Good find. Good find.
Why is there a pillow under bed? That makes no sense. Only if she tried to throw a pillow in someone's face and then kicked it under it.
Maybe,
I'm taking her.
maybe if she's all stiff, then I don't know how humans work.
I proceed to facepalm. And then sign. They work like us, kind of.
Do you sleep in weak, soft beds?
You slept in one last night too. Let's not argue
No.
that down.
That's why your fur is all white. It's all the sheets. Shit.
Not fur even.
I mean scales, damn it.
Try not to die.
I'm good.
I just sign. Boy, are there any particular townspeople who would like to see her head on a spike?
Yes. Yes, many. Most, probably.
Going to send any particularly loud bastards.
Oh, nobody's shouting on the streets for her to hang.
I proceed to facepalm once more as he is responding.
But
Not literally loud. People who speak up against her want her dead, or at least punished in
Most-
some way.
most people murmur under their breaths and in taverns. She's not liked because of this necromancer thing.
I know that. That is kind of obvious.
I say in
You can
Draconic.
talk to anyone, and they will say they will tell you the same thing.
I say in Draconic to Roka. See, I told you she's a necromancer.
I respond in Draconian. She might not be a necromancer, or she may be a necromancer. Either way, people want her dead, and someone just took her. So we need to find that bastard, kick their nuts, hang them on the fucking wall of the city, and then prove that they are idiots. Then get paid good money.
Also loot.
Indeed. I proceed to nod at him, and then switch back to common and talk to the boy. So there's no one in particular or group who could potentially do some harm to her.
It can be anyone. So, there was an accident about 2 weeks back. She was mugged in an alley near the temple.
Can you point us there?
Yes, sure, follow me. And he runs out.
I take off my harp from my backpack and begin to restring it. We might need some magic here. I tell Sergio and Draconian.
Alright, so do you follow him?
Yep.
Probably
I just
just
ask
a
him to
cop's
fucking do
gang.
it.
Okay, you come out of the temple and you turn back towards the inn, and right after the first building, you take a left turn, and there you enter a small alley between like two houses, and in there's a person. Like there's some guy, like a beggar type of person. You probably saw him. Yeah, it's like a beggar, one of the beggars, like an old peasant who has been wounded gravely during one of the bandit raids. He had both his legs like damaged beyond recovery, and so he's sitting, like not sitting. He's he had his legs cut off and is unable to work. So he's like sleeping there in an alley, and yeah, around him, there is not around him. Next to him, there is a small pile of like sacks, and that's it. Small pile of empty sacks.
I look at the guy and I bellow in Draconic. What a waste of space.
I glare at Sergio for a moment.
He wakes up. He wakes up at the shout and like grunts and sighs and starts looking around.
Yes, hello. We are searching for the priest, necromancer. Laura, I think.
Kane?
Wait, what? I'm gone. Or hello?
Hello?
I hear you.
Something on roll 20. We seem to have lost our camera feeds.
Yes, roll 20 has kind of disappeared. How do the rolls work?
Well, at least we have chat connection. Yep, all good. All right.
Okay, you can still type. Okay,
Good.
that's fine.
It's already
And you cut
coming
it
back.
out. You were searching for necromancer, and that's when it cut it out on my end.
Well,
That's basically it.
I asked him if he saw the necromancer. Laura.
He
Priest
responds
is
in a
necromancer.
he responds in a groggy voice. Sir, please help me. Please help the disabled. A spare
pull out my
coin to
sword.
feed the belly.
I pull out my sword and then I go, oh, and then I give him like. Can I say like I have 1 gold in silver, or
Can you say what?
I basically have 10 gold on me. Can I like give him a silver and say
Sure, yeah.
it's alright? Okay.
Sure, you can. So wait, do you pull out a sword or do you give him a coin?
First I pull out a sword and then he says, by giving me money, I go, oh, and give him a silver.
Okay.
Because first I would assume he meant that I would end him and help him this way.
I see. After a brief confusion, he grabs greedily at the coin, and he says, "Yes, thank you. Oh, I don't know who might have done this, but to tell you the truth, that wench deserves it for raising the dead. She is responsible for these."
I crouch down in front of him.
Interesting.
He gets
But
a-
Pull out
it's not
a-
helpful.
I pull out
So-
a single golden coin. Perhaps this would refreshen your memory.
He looks at the coin and it's like becomes wide-eyed and kind of nods first slowly and then slowly accelerates his nodding.
Oh, you do know who took her away. Just recently.
I did see something, and he starts reaching for the coin slowly.
I move one of my talons to his hand and kind of poke it.
Ah,
Information? Then you get paid. I have
ah,
met too many beggars who take the coin first and then start running for it.
I
Even though you
cannot
cannot
run,
run.
sir.
I know you cannot. Still, if you stay silent, I would have to kill you. I don't want to be cleaning my blade this early in the morning.
Now, just before sunrise, when the skies were slowly turning from black to grey, I did see something. I saw 6 men. Yes, they woke me up as they walked down the street from the temple. They were armed, they looked dangerous, and one of them was carrying a big sack over his back.
And what color would you say these beings had?
They were men, like me, with legs, but like me. And he starts reaching for the coin again.
If they were like you, how did they walk down the street?
Didn't mean it like that, you fool.
On their legs.
Oh, not like this, I see.
Not crippled. Crippled don't walk. You don't question that.
Humans have such weird speech.
I shake my head.
It's hard to understand.
Is that all you know?
That is all I know.
Did you recognize any of them?
No, they are not locals.
What locals use? Proceed
Yes.
to rub my chin, put away the gold coin.
Hey! He screams.
Their information is not worth a full gold, but it's still worth something, and I keep my debts. Hey then. I proceed to hand over him. How much should I give him? 20. I'm gonna give him 20 silver.
That's literally 2 gold.
Yeah.
What?
What the
Wait,
fuck?
is it
1 gold is 10 silver.
Oh, then I hand him 2 silver.
Yes, and he still takes it, and he starts saying, "Oh, thank you, my lords. May the blessings of Mitra and all the gods be bestowed upon you." And he just blabbers on. Words
To
of
stand
thanks.
up and sign. Keep asking beggars. Yeah, no, a lot. Or we can follow this alley where they came from. Which direction they came from, actually?
They went from the temple down towards the tavern. I didn't see more. I stayed inside this alley. I didn't look at the street.
Nobody was there when we have arrived, so that means the tavern keep must have something to do with it. They must have been staying in the back area. Looks like the inn is a good idea to go to. Question the barkeep. Nobody should be around, so we may even interrogate him by force.
Maybe talk to Koenig, yeah, we can do that. Sure.
So we are in agreement to go to the tavern then.
Yeah.
I tell the boy to go back to his duties, because this might become horribly ugly.
He says, "I can't do my duties without Laura."
You can't do
Or
your
serious?
duties if you're impaled on a sword.
Like,
Because if you follow us, you might get impaled on a sword.
he pales and turns and runs towards the temple.
But that's where... whatever.
He would only get in our way for one. And we can tell him a good story on how we saved her.
Quick question: what levels are you? Are you level 1 or level 2?
2. Yeah.
All right, good.
The reason why I leveled up to 2, otherwise I don't... it's when I get my healing thing. I
Alright.
actually get spells. Until then, I literally all I can do is Bardic Inspiration on level 1.
Okay.
Yeah, level 1 is kind of meh. It's for when you don't know the game, I suppose it's great. But,
Yeah, here's a single skill, learn it.
True.
That's literally the bard.
Basically, it's a better level 0 character. You just have like one ability, so yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so you head to the tavern. Inside,
Yep.
inside the inn, there is still nobody around except for the barkeep, who's dozing off behind the counter. Kind of wakes up and stands up as you approach.
I speak in Draconian to Sergio. Let me handle this one. I understand human speech better than you, and I don't want him to be scared away just yet. I will tell you when you can draw your sword on him, because I will be drawing it too.
Well, sure, but I question your methods, so...
You can question them after we get paid.
Sure.
I walk up to the dead barkeep, and...
What that?
Huh? What?
Did you just say that, barkeep?
No.
Dead barkeep.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you approach him and he says, "Hello, what can I do for you?"
Would like to ask you about men arriving before morning. Were there any?
Ah, the coal transport. Yeah, there was a coal transport.
Not the coal. 6 men. With one big bag.
There were no such people, but the coal transport came in. There was 7 of them guarding it.
Do I see through his bullshit?
11. Would 11 pass?
What
Yeah, it was.
kind of...
Yeah, you don't detect any lies. You think he's telling the truth.
What kind of people were they, if not like the ones from... Well...
The ones we're looking for.
Well, friends, I don't know who you're looking for.
Like you said, not people like that, so... What kind of people?
Who were
What
with
kind
the
of
coal
people?
transport?
There were just
Queen?
yesterday. The only people that arrived were from the coal transport, and that's it.
Oh, this morning, not yesterday.
They arrived late at night and they left before dawn. And this morning there were no arrivals.
What you say, shall we put some fire to the coals?
Well, we have heard that there's been kidnapping last night.
There was a what?
Kidnapping.
I know not of this. What happened? Tell me.
It's more like a
Patience,
necromancer
my
napping.
Patience, friend.
Necromancer.
Don't want you.
Did something happen to that girl in the church? Temple, whatever.
I cannot tell you who got kidnapped. Barkeeps get talked to often. They can accidentally reveal things. Don't want the perpetrators to know about it just yet. I would like to ask you to allow us to look around in your back room. Just so we can see any traces if there has been anyone there other than you, my good sir. Because we've been pointed by Beggar towards your inn that the people he saw escaped this way.
Oh, now, friend, I assure you there's nothing behind the counter, and I cannot in good conscience allow anyone back here.
I look at Sergio, talking Draconic. I am quite sure that he's hiding something. I proceed to place my hand on my longsword.
You got him, I go in.
He, crosses his eyes.
I proceed to, as quickly as I can, unsheath the sword and point it at his throat.
I just look behind the counter in the back room, and yeah.
Oh, what does
searching.
this mean? And he shouts, guards, guards!
You
What he screams?
remain
Guards,
silent,
okay.
or I will stab your throat. Then I don't care about the guards.
He eyes you down. And Sergio, you walk towards the back?
Yeah, first I check the counter, behind the counter, and then the back.
Okay,
First.
what are you looking for exactly?
Blues.
Well, okay, so behind the counter, you find small kegs, like hidden under the counter, along with some mugs, stains, and a small box right under where the barkeep is standing.
Sure, that's his money box, I suppose. I
Oh,
look.
It looks the size.
Do you tell me what
I
you
look at
see?
him, at the barkeep, while he has the sword as his throat, and I just ask him, "Do you mind if I look in this box of yours?"
We're not gonna take anything. Unless it would lead to the
Well,
criminals.
I'm not waiting for an answer. I open it and look inside and close it again if I don't see anything.
There's money in there. So there's a
Sure.
bunch of silver and a bunch of coppers, maybe a couple of gold pieces scattered in there.
So nothing special, okay. Nope.
No.
So gonna check in the back room.
Okay, so you open the half door into the back, and you are greeted by a woman's scream, and you just catch like a glimpse of like a dress running out the back door. Other than that, it's a kitchen. There's a big fireplace, and in there's a cauldron, and something is brewing. It smells good.
Who's
That ending smells good.
smells good, yeah. Who's this woman of yours?
Oh, you shout back to the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you think? That's my wife.
Did you
She
see anyone else? I heard something.
she was screaming for some reason. Is this like how you greet?
Yes, I wonder why she was screaming.
You're a dragon that walked into the kitchen. I shout back at him.
Such. Well, I shake my head and I go searching.
Wouldn't like it if an orc walked into your kitchen.
Okay, are you looking for anything in particular,
I
or
would still
whatever
greet
suspicious?
him. I'm.
Hmm?
Well, I'm basically looking for clues if any money was or anything was done, traded, so
Okay, give me an
we wouldn't
investigation
talk
check.
about people or.
Give me an investigation check.
What the shit?
Yeah, you don't seem to find anything. There's just a lot of cooking items and unprepared food. You know, like bunches of sausage hanging everywhere, vegetables. Like there's a rabbit hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Is there like something cooking on the stove?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So-
There's a large cauldron, and when you peek inside, you see some sort of goulash type of deal, cooking, saucy, dark, and pieces of meat swimming in there.
Well, I'm gonna look at the door the woman went through,
Mhm.
open it and scream inside.
Yeah,
Come back, woman.
no, it's the door to the outside.
No. I open it and look around if I see her.
No, it opens to a small yard, and there's it's a small yard at the back of the inn, and there's a wooden fence, and the fence gate is open. The woman is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, so basically I go back into the bar and say, "Stupid woman, the stew is gonna get burned."
I proceed to sheath my sword.
The guy relaxes a little, sighs deeply.
Next time, let us do things. I don't have to pull sword on you.
No verbal response. He's eyeing you down.
For all my knowledge, you could be working with kidnappers. You could be being paid.
No, I do not know of the kidnapping. And believe it or not, I'm one of the few people in the town that wishes the girl to all the best.
I never said she was the one who kidnapped.
Your friend said something about necronapping.
Yes, she said to be a necromancer, or used to be one.
I proceed to facepalm. I didn't even catch that.
Yup, that happened.
Was there anything out of the ordinary back there?
Yes. The goulash was burning and the woman was screaming and running away.
One hell of a first impression, guys.
I walk to the kitchen door and lean inside to see if the wife is there.
Nope. Nobody.
Proceed to walk up to the goulash and attempt to figure out if it's done or not.
Oh, it like you dip a finger and it's like hot. It seems to be ready for eating.
Proceed to grasp the rod that is holding up the pot and take it off and put it to the. I don't know what's this called. The thing they hang it on to let it cool. Like another holder.
The rack, maybe? I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean. Just put it somewhere where it's not going to get burnt.
I'm gonna say in Draconic, Roka, you would make a good housewife.
And you would make good meat into a stew, I respond in common. And then proceed to walk out towards the front, and then towards the exit, and turn to the barkeep before I leave. Your stew is ready, and then proceed to leave.
Yeah, I leave too.
Okay. The outside is still peaceful. You just see some people passing by, walking and chatting along the streets.
Guards are here are deaf, I say in Draconic. Even though the barkeep has shouted and raised the alarm, nobody proceeded to come.
They must be afraid or something. I mean... or sleepy.
Let us search around the back. If there was someone here...
If you can, like... necronap a priestess without anyone doing anything. It's kind of shitty guardsmanship.
Okay, so you walk around the, what's it called? The inn?
Inn.
Uh-huh. Looking for stuff. Give me another investigation check.
Not more precisely walking up to the back and then looking around there, but yeah, I guess we could look around while walking there. Where the fuck is it? Investigation, yeah. So looking around all the way there.
So that's a natural 20, wow.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're looking around to the best of your ability, and you're feeling on point right now. That Stu gave you adventure with the barkeep gave you a shot of adrenaline, and your senses are keen and on point, and you don't really find anything. However, as you're looking around the back, poking at different places, trying to find something, you hear the clinging of metal, like a person in armor running towards you, and soon enough, a guard rounds the corner and comes running up to you. Do you do anything, or do you let him approach?
I proceed to put my hand on my sword, but not on the handle, just on the pommel. I put my hand on the pommel in kind of a relaxed position as I turn to face him.
Okay. The man stops.
I want to say in Draconic, that's why they are sleeping so much. They run all the time, like.
Turn to him and chuckle a bit.
Yeah, the man stops like a few feet away from you, and he like takes a deep breath, like kind of leans in, rests his hands on his legs, gives a deep breath, and like straightens, and says, "Fine. I heard there was trouble."
I scream at him. Like the woman screamed.
I proceed to look at him in a startled way, and then proceed to facepalm into the stone fence or wall, whatever that is the most solid object next to me, and take a deep sigh.
Just whomp into the wall of the
Yeah, basically.
See, it's not working.
Because that's not how they greet each other. I say in common as I turn to face Sergio.
Oh.
I don't know anything about dragon greetings, but that sure is strange.
He has mistook a woman screaming at him. That is a sort of human greeting. You greet them
so that was
by saying greet words as well.
Normally. So that was you caused the ruckus. Well, I guess it's enough to let you off with a warning this time. But please don't threaten the barkeep. And please don't come to the kitchen. The wife doesn't react very well. Okay?
Well, do you know anything of the kidnapping of the priestess?
Wait, what kidnapping?
The priestess. She has been kidnapped this morning.
Saying Draconic.
Was she?
We aren't supposed to talk about that, right?
I turn to face Sergio and respond in Draconic. They're so clueless. They literally need to be spelled out.
The guard says, "Was she? What? I didn't know what happened." Proceed to nod.
He has been kidnapped. That's all we know. And a beggar told us that he saw 6 men run towards the tavern. We had a good suspicion to presume that he was hiding them here, and her as well.
Oh, I saw those men too. See, I was on patrol last night. Oh, still am. I'm about to finish though. Can't wait. Anyway, I did see some men, like 6 men, and one of them had like a big sack on his back. Yeah, they were them. Walking around. That was them. I didn't want to interrupt them. You know, when you're out in the streets late at night, it's you just worry about yourself.
Was there a woman screaming inside the sack?
No. I would have noticed, no. Everyone would have noticed. There was no screaming.
Must have knocked her out or gagged her. To gag humans. Where were they heading? Was the sack full when they were heading there?
I saw them coming from the temple towards the tavern. I was walking straight towards the temple, so they disappeared from my view quite quickly, and I didn't see anything else. No, but they had some sort of sack with them. Yeah, there was a few of them. 6? 7? I think 6.
Your perception score is questionable.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was late. People don't look very good well at night.
They're not to the same standard.
Well, they don't look well at day either. But that's not up for me to decide or question.
But we still know the same thing. Men headed to the tavern, or at least towards it. Are there any abandoned buildings near the tavern?
There is one. It was the place where the zombies came out and the banshee. I'm sure you heard the tale.
We have only arrived 2 days ago, so...
No, you
we
were
are
told.
not-
You were told about the.
We're
like-
not completely acquainted with the entire town, so...
Yeah, but
we
you were
did hear
told.
the story.
Yeah, but you were told
We
about.
just don't know where it is.
Stories.
You were told about like the heroic sacrifice, blah blah blah. You know, and the
Yeah.
undead.
But we were never shown where the hell is it.
And you think she might be there? Well, she does spend a lot of time inside.
Also, I've heard there's... Only she and a few others have access to it, so... Or had, at least.
Yes, I have a key. I'm supposed to guard it every once in a while. I can show you where it is.
I attempt to persuade him
The key?
with the most kindest of voice I can to let us in. And I hope miserably fail at it.
Sure, he says. Follow. Come this way. He like turns around and starts walking away.